What the hell? There we go. There we go. My camera was looking foggy, dusty. But we good. We out, man. We out. Another shift done. Let me share this to the Bizook. Okay. Share. And quarter of a mile. Turn right on Oakdale Street. Oh hell no. You can't be having a G. I don't know what's going on with the GPS, but I have it as muted, but for some strange reason it's telling me where to turn. No. Approaching the railroad crossing. Hell no. Let me see if I can fix it. Turn right on Oakdale. Phone is acting like a phantom. I had the GPS off and it's still telling me where to go. Like, what is going on? Malfunctions right now, bro. I can't even get to my podcast because stuff is just tripping right now. Hold up. Once a conversation is just interrupting, I can see where to go. I'm looking at the map, you know. Getting my hydration up. Stay hydrated. Big ups to all those that pop in to the tap in. Was good. Daniela was a good person with the Jewish name that I'm never going to be able to read or whatever it is. No, that's not. That seems like it's Russian. Was good, Vanessa. You know, it's that time for y'all a little bit early, but we're here a tad before 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Tap In podcast with your humble host, commuting home, comedian Maurice Green, based out of Hartford, Connecticut. It is good to see you. It's good, Constance. Everybody popping in. Need y'all to do me a favor if y'all hopping in left and right like that. Show your boy a little love. Hit that like and that share button for me. You know what I'm saying? Hitting y'all with that consistent content. Donations are always welcome and appreciated, if possible. You know what I'm saying? Every little bit counts to help me build where I'm trying to go, where I'm trying to be. The thing that sucks about YouTube on that, like the app itself, I don't know how to type in the comments unless I do. I got to go out of it and go into Chrome. And I think I'm going to take a second to do that. Yeah, man, just so I can I can incentivize you guys to hit your boy with a little bit of love. Today was very, very rainy. I'm gonna do this. Just give me like, all right, I'm back. Yeah, y'all all left. Y'all all left, but y'all gonna come back in here. I told y'all it was gonna be like 2 minutes, but I'm here though. I'm here. It is rainy. It's a very, very, very rainy day here in Springfield, Massachusetts. It's been like this pretty much all day. But I'm glad y'all popped up. I lost y'all trying to set stuff up, and that's all in the pre-production. I'm going to make a template for certain things that I want in the text. I got to have all this stuff worked out even before I go live, and I know better. I know it's one of those things where trying to do too much at once, just being scatterbrained and each individual each individual block of a pyramid is important as each individual block. No block in the construct of the pyramid should be taken lightly, should be glossed over, should be rushed. Because if that one block of the pyramid is off, my idea is that the whole structure of the entire monument could be put into jeopardy. And that same thing just applies to just every facet of life. You got to micromanage, if that's the word, even though it's a negative word. Just every facet, And just with my pre-production, like I know there's certain things that I like, whether I want the music in the background, the Cash App pinned, the thumbnails created, the topic worked out. Some days there's no topics, I just talk whatever. That's all in pre-production. All of that should be done smooth and seamlessly. You guys don't got to see that aspect. It shouldn't have to wait. And that's why, I took an L and like nobody's watching right now. Quite okay. Because we'll keep it short today anyway. Don't really got too much to say. We just say what I gotta say and keep it moving, man. This episode is Know the Forecast, man. A person like myself, I work hazmat, and I do a lot of work outside. I'm delivering different tanks to various businesses, and they all aren't like inside garages. All don't have covered docks that protect elements. A lot of the stuff is just outside. And normally, I look at the forecast. If I see it's going to rain, I have my raincoat, I have my rain boots. I'll have things that in my waterproof gloves, I'll have things that make the job more conducive or comfortable to make my workday go more smooth and be more comfortable. That's all about the forecast. Paying attention to the forecast. Prepare yourself as much as you can to be able to brave the elements and achieve your tasks. And today, it's like I looked at the forecast, but I knew it, but I didn't take heed to the forecast. I saw it said it was a 57% chance that it may rain at a certain time. 57% is more than half. In my mind, I was hoping on the 43, and you guessed it, like around 1 o'clock, the water came down real hard. Fortunately, in my trucks, there was a little raincoat. It was kind of small, so when I put it on, I felt like Chris Farley and what was it, either Tommy Boy or whatever, one of the movies he did in the 90s. Rest in peace. But he's like, fat guy with a little coat. I definitely felt like Chris Farley with the fat guy with the little coat. But it served its purpose up top, and I had luckily there were some waterproof gloves on the truck that I'm working on. So that helped my hands. But the feet, First of all, I needed new work shoes. I know I needed new work shoes, but it's been sunny every day. It's one of those things you don't think about it. I see like there was like a rip in it, even though the toes, it's not steel toes. It's called some type of hard fiber or whatever. But there was even a rip in that, and that put my toes in danger. But you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, it's one of those things like toothpaste. You don't worry about getting toothpaste till you run out, when really you should be stocked and ready. And so this one particular stop I had, I had to back up to their garage door or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And there's a sewer drain right there, and it was just completely backed up, man. And I'm just trudging through this sewer. I gotta get home, wash my feet like crazy for the gangrene kick in. But I'm just trudging through, and it wasn't like poopy water, nothing like that, but it's just drain water. You understand? And because it didn't smell or anything like that, so I don't think it was septic. Hopefully it wasn't. I think if it was septic, I would smell it. But anyway, The water came up to my ankles, and I trudged through it, transferring the tanks, and eventually, one of the workers in the garage, they said I could back up a little closer. So at the end, I was able to back up closer, so it didn't bother me as much. But the damage was already done. I'm like just walking and trudging through this. My socks are soaked. Yeah, I'm just feeling completely uncomfortable, but I just accepted it. I just imagine like some of those soldiers in Vietnam, you know what I mean, with the boots being wet and their feet being squishy, but their main concern is um, just trying to get back home to their family. You know what I mean? I'm thinking to myself, any person that was in the Vietnam War and they had to deal with squishy feet and potential gangrene and all that, they would much rather trade places with me, where I still have to deal with the potential of gangrene, but at least the chances of me getting shot by some Vietnamese people is extremely, extremely low in comparison to those in the Vietnam War. So while I was feeling uncomfortable in my situation, I just had to put things in perspective. And then yo, it could be way worse. You could have no feet. And it's funny, the guy that was helping me, he had sneakers with no socks. First he had on sandals. Then he just had straight up sneakers, no socks. You know what I'm saying? So it was wild, man. Like could have been worse. Could have been dealing with that. You know what I mean? So, but if I would have paid attention to the forecast and really took heed to the forecast, I would have, had the proper gear, the proper equipment to make that situation a lot less comfortable. And that's just a lesson you got to take with life in general, man. Whenever you're going to go into a situation, just try to research on it. Try to look up, like, even like if you're meeting somebody new that you're dating. Not necessarily saying you got to do a background check, but to me, part of getting the forecast amongst human beings, interpersonal relationships, is asking questions, talking to them, asking questions. You know what I mean? Seeing, picking their brain a little bit, see where they're coming from. That's one instance. You know what I mean? Or if they got Facebook or something like that. I don't really like. I know nowadays people could be crazy, and if you want to pay for background checks and do all that, that's cool. I feel like if you that worried about somebody that you got to do a background check on them, maybe you shouldn't be dealing with them. If you're that apprehensive, if going on a date in a public place and just having a conversation, because if you're not a person talk enough, you'll figure out a lot about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a lot of times, a lot of us we don't want to have the conversation. We just want to fast track to whatever it is we're trying to get out of somebody. And so we will minimize that quote unquote interview process with whomever it is that we are potentially trying to make some type of connection with. So just know the forecast. Do you know what I'm saying? Conversation, communicate, research, so you can prepare yourself, or you're going to have squishy feet like me right now. That's a metaphor. Luckily, it's crazy. Whenever I don't, I've noticed whenever I go through something or I need something, like when me and my homegirl, we was going up to do comedy out in Vermont, and we stopped at BK for lunch or whatever. On our way there, they ain't put no napkins in the bag. You know what I'm saying? We didn't figure it out until well after we left, and I had no napkins in my glove box, but I lift up my armrest. I got napkins there. It's like whenever I need something within this vehicle, somehow, some way, I always have it. You know what I mean? So that's telling me whenever you're in need, don't panic. The solution, something that may help you, is there. You just have to have the confidence that it is there. And like my socks are so soggy, and I change out of my work boots into my the shoes that I wear at home that I drive with. But no way I was gonna put these soggy socks or these soggy feet in the shoes that I always wear at home for work. But I looked in my trunk. I had an extra pair of sneakers, some Air Force Ones, or not Air Maxes rather, I had in the trunk, and I had these other like light foot Walmart shoes, basically as light as a sock, and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? They some whatever. It's like sock. They're basically like a sock with a sole on it. So I had something right there in the trunk, even though because I was gonna stop at Walmart, buy some. I'm still buying some new shoes. I was gonna stop at Walmart, buy some socks. I don't want to buy socks anymore because I got these sneakers, these shoes that was in my trunk that's kind of like socks, shoes that I never wear. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whenever you're going through something, there's always some type of solution within your environment. This happens to me. This happens to me all the time. You know what I'm saying? This always happens to me. I'm like, damn, I need X, Y, Z. I may not get exactly what it is that I want, but a lot of times I get something, man. But besides knowing your forecast is like, especially if you're a person that drives a lot, just having a lot of things on hand. Like I got the Windex, I got extra oil. You know what I'm saying? I got spark plugs. I got work gloves. I got all kinds of stuff. I got a trash bag because I don't like some people like they use their car as a garbage dump. And they just throw trash all over the seats and all over the floors and stuff. Like no, all you need is a little trash bag. That's it. I got a whole waste basket back there. Any trash that I have, it goes in that waste basket. It drives my girl crazy, but I'm like, I'd rather do that than throw it on the floor. Just have it like on in the arm, like the arm cubbies, like the sleeves or whatever. So just know the forecast, man. This episode ain't that. I just wanted to holler at y'all real quick. Basically, essentially, just be prepared, and whatever it is that you choose to do, whatever you endeavor, wherever you go. I wasn't properly prepared, and now my feet is mad squishy. And with that being said, to all my young and up and coming comedians, there is no such thing as writer's block. If the comedy gods have not given you anything new to scribe on that page, it is their way of telling you to work out the things they already gave you. Stay away from the nonsense. Stay away from the negativity. Stay away from the gossip. Stay away from the rumors. Stay away from the foolishness. Focus on the funny and lead with love, because life is not something that happens in spite of you. Life is an experience for you to behold. So get to beholding. That being said, y'all have yourselves a wonderful Tuesday night. Y'all be safe. Peace.